I know it's not the Trump roundup, but we have to talk about Donald Trump just for a second here. I mean, we're going to talk about his son as well here in a moment, but what I'm bringing up here is that Trump has said, and this comes from businessinsider.com, he brought up in a conversation that he was having with reporters aboard Air Force One on Wednesday that his proposed wall along the U.S.-Mexico border would need to be transparent.
What?
So that people on the U.S. side of the border wouldn't get hit by massive sacks of drugs tossed over it.
Yeah, that's probably a real problem.
It's a...
all I'm imagining is just all the Mexican full hams, pressed hams, just... up against that glass.
Can we put a camera on Trump just so I can see how the press corps responded to him saying this? I mean,
oh God, I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that.
I mean, they're in the middle of writing stuff down on their notepads, and they just kind of stop and they just look up and they're like,
"Are you high?
The fuck did you just say?"
Okay.
Why?
Although, to be fair, I'm pretty sure that the White House press corps, after 6 months of this, they're just kind of like, yeah, all right.
This guy sounds like
got it. See through the wall.
This guy just sounds like a little kid describing the most rad thing ever. And it was a T-Rex, but it had like a lion's mane, and sometimes it could fly, and then it also ate leaves.
Okay, so here's his quotes. One of the things with the wall is you need transparency. You have to be able to see through it. In other words, as if people don't know what transparency and see through it means, if you can't see through that wall, if you can't see through that wall, so it could be a steel wall with openings, but you have to have openings because you have to see what's on the other side of the wall. This is quoting. And I'll give you an example. As horrible as it sounds, when they throw the large sacks of drugs over, and if you have people on the other side of the wall, you don't see them. They hit you on the head with 60 pounds of stuff. It's over. As crazy as that sounds, you need transparency through that wall. But we have some incredible designs.
He doesn't know.
Okay.
He doesn't know. This is...
No.
Let's make it.
Let's kind of work this out. Okay, so first, he thinks people throw 60-pound bags of drugs over the wall.
So specific.
I mean, just
60
first,
pounds.
Right there. Have you ever tried to throw a 60 pounds of anything?
No, I can't.
I mean,
I did
it's
Spartan
hard
race.
to lift.
I did Spartan race, and they make you carry 40-pound sacks of sand around,
Yeah.
and you're supposed to pass them off, and that's hard as shit. Throwing it over a 15 to 20-foot wall.
You need like a trebuchet.
Launching drugs across the border.
So that's
gung, gung, gung.
So that's it. He thinks people can throw a 60-pound bag over a wall. Okay.
Are they all? Oh wait, are they all on drugs? No, wait, never mind.
2, he thinks that's how you smuggle drugs into the country.
Yeah, just throw it over the border, like, here, catch it, hurry, run.
You throw it over the wall and hope that no one's on the other side.
Wait.
What?
Well, yeah, what's the retrieval plan here, Trump? Second, like, what does he think that this wall is like the outside of one of his golf courses where there's just people out there walking, like, help out for my morning stroll? No, dude, this is in the middle of the goddamn desert. Like, what, you think that there's just a bunch of passersby? They got a better chance of being hit by a goddamn meteor.
Okay, so just to give him a little bit of credit about the things being tossed over the wall, Mexican authorities did come across a panel van that had been modified to carry a cannon that was used to launch drugs into the U.S.
60 pounds?
Yeah.
Authorities have had And U.S. authorities have said since 2012 that traffickers have used such cannons to get parcels over the wall and stuff. So,
The fence.
yes.
And so-
Parcel.
That is something that happens, but they
Oopsie,
don't. But they don't do it in populated areas.
not
That's the other-
you're not going to have tourists strolling around, but like, look at this wall.
Here's
And two, they do it with someone on the other side. They
Yes.
know that it's coming over.
They don't just
here's
leave
my-
it there.
Here's my favorite part. He goes, this needs to be done with transparency. And right there, that sounds like we've all heard
Yeah,
government.
that right.
That's
that
not what he
is something
means.
else.
This man does not know what government transparency means. He doesn't know what it means. He
No,
thinks
he-
it means literal materials that are transparent, like windows. He's like, we do have government transparency. There's windows right there. Like,
Okay,
this
in
guy does
in an effort
crazy.
to claim how they're going to be able to pay for this wall still because they keep bringing that up, and Vincente Fox has still been wonderful with every one of those super deluxe videos where he's like, Donald, we're not paying for that fucking wall. FUCKEN, fucking.
Fucking-
So, okay, he has been saying that he's been pursuing a wall covered in solar panels.
I mean, that I'm gonna say, and my God, I'm kind of hating myself, but that's not in and of itself not a terrible idea.
There's better ways to do solar panels,
Oh
though.
no, there's absolutely better ways, but I mean, just
Okay,
like
that makes the stupid racist wall a little bit less terrible, but like only a little.
yeah,
No,
Yeah,
he
and-
said that he's going to allow Mexico to pay much less for the structure because of the energy created as a result of doing so.
I thought he was all about coal country.
No,
I mean,
and this is his quote. No, not joking. No, there is a chance that we can do a solar wall. We have major companies looking at that. Look, there's no
But I
better
thought it
place.
needed-
There's no better place for solar than the Mexico border, the southern border.
But you can't have a transparent wall and have it be solar panels. They have to
Right.
be dark in order to absorb.
right, and they don't work very well vertically,
Right,
No.
because
So
half the day they're
that-
not going to be getting any sunlight.
right? And even if you put them on both sides, it still wouldn't work. I mean, generally
you're
speaking,
losing
this is
half
something
your
that's
day.
running. Generally speaking, this is something that runs east to west.
This is why
And-
your solar
and-
fucking roadways are not going to work because they are collectors that are just laying flat. They don't actually move with the movements
Adjust
of the
the
sun.
sun.
You know,
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, no,
or-
there are other reasons that the solar roadway is not
Yeah.
working. I mean, that's
Lime
only
lime
one of
glass,
them.
you know, that you're trying to use as like the covering for it when you
Yeah.
can't have LEDs that
also-
light. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm going into
Yeah,
Thunderfoot
yeah.
territory.
the maintenance costs on a vertical solar wall, like the maintenance costs. Now, like if you are a single person and you get solar panels on your roof, probably going to be something that pays off in the end. But like having to pay people to travel up and down and go into the Mexican side of the goddamn wall, otherwise, what the fuck's the point of the solar wall? Like that's going to cost an extreme amount of money. Like what the
Mhm.
shit? And it can't be transparent. And this man is a child. He
No.
is a child.
Here's the best part of this whole fucking article that we got
good.
from Business Insider. It says the
Does green
comments.
lava taste oranges?
These comments aboard Air Force One were originally off the record, but
Yeah.
after Trump approached the New York Times reporter Maggie Haberman about why she didn't publish anything he said during the 70-minute conversation, White House Deputy Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders released excerpts of this discussion to the reporters. So he could have saved himself the complete embarrassment of having three assholes in Utah laughing at him about a transparent wall.
Mhm.
Transparent solar wall.
Transparent solar wall, thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Transparency. The wall's got to have transparency, and what I mean by that is see-through.
Let's
Uh-huh.
like
Right.
we're trying to keep Magneto out of the country. That's what we're doing. It's good.
Oh my God, this is incredible. plexiglass wall. There's just dead birds.
Just a
lining
shitload of
it.
Lexan going up and down the border. Oh, it's a terrible idea. I don't know about you
What
guys,
on
but
earth?
I would be one of probably the first people that when they start building this fucking thing, just go and doing civil disobedience and just knocking the fucker over. Be like, no, we don't need this shit. Just
Well,
I hope.
you know,
I
hang
hope it's through.
oh, you know what he's actually talking about there?
what's that?
Chain link.
Like we already have.
He is. He's hedging his bets. So when they put up a chain link fence, because that's all that can be, that's everything in the budget. He's going to
Holy
say,
shit.
yeah, that's what I said. You got to be able to see through it.
And Republicans have been trying to allocate like 1.6 billion to get started.
Nope.
And even though they control the House, the Senate, the presidency,
still
the Supreme
can't
Court,
do it.
they can't get anything done.
Uh-huh. So,
But
this
it's our
is the
fault.
result.
It's the Democrats
Yeah,
holding
it's
everything
our
up.
fault. It's our fault.
Progressive
It's
left,
not like,
the regressive
yeah.
left. You need to vote for Hillary and then those regressive left, right? You know, Hillary was a girl.
and it has absolutely nothing to do whatsoever with the fact that they have by standard practice just been doing the same bullshit for 8 years where they just say no, and now they don't know how to do anything else.
No,
They
you know what?
don't know how to legislate anymore. They forgot.
We don't know how to do it. We don't know how to pass a bill.
Stop.
Can someone bring in Schoolhouse
Talkers.
Rock for us, please?
Emily, you know what? I almost want this transparency wall because you know that there's just going to be like pictures on the internet of just like dicks and boobs just pressed up against it. Like, there's your wall.
I just want to do like full body cutouts of things that like people can walk up to it and like you could see just their head on top of it, and it'd be like naked woman like cut out and be like a guy's head on, like walk up to it like, look at my tits, yay. That kind of thing.
Like, could you just see the pressed hams? Like,
Oh, the pressed hams. Oh god.
After catching the preview for Deadpool 2, I that's about one of the funniest sight gags I've seen in years. We need more of that, people.